Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Wednesday, September 16th, 2020, and today is the FOMC announcement day, and we have that coming up here just a moment from now. At the time of this recording, we are just about 20 minutes out from the release of the FOMC announcement, which will then be followed up at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time by a speech from Powell. So what we're going to do this afternoon is take a look at what has happened historically on the FOMC announcement day going into the close. Now I'm doing this recording before the announcement has come out, so I have no idea what the reaction to the announcement is going to be, what the reaction to the speech is going to be. We could be anywhere from here. We could be new highs, new lows, who knows? But currently we have seen some selling pressure coming in as we approach the FOMC announcement. And I'm looking at the S&P specifically here in the top left. Nasdaq's a bit weaker. The Russell and the YM are holding up a little bit better, but they are also getting a little bit of selling pressure as we approach the announcement. But what we're going to do is we're going to test this type of pattern here that we're seeing currently in the S&P and see what has happened if this was to stay true going into 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And that pattern is gapping up on the FOMC announcement day and trading below the midpoint of the range at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So I don't know if that's going to be true. We are ways away from that right now, but we will find out, and we're going to show you the results here in just a moment. So let me set this up in all four instruments. We'll use an entry time of 3 p.m. Eastern Time, so that will be after the announcement, after the speech. For the opening filters, we're going to say that we gapped up, which just simply means opening above the prior day closing price, which was true. And then I'm going to go into the post-open filters, and I'm going to assume we're trading in the bottom half of the intraday range as of 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, this is kind of the question mark here, so I have no idea what where we'll be trading at that time. Then I'm going to put us above a 200-day simple moving average. And lastly, I'm going to come into market events and say that today is the FOMC announcement. Then click View Results. All right, and here we go. So these are the results of going long at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on FOMC announcement day. When gapping up above a 200-day moving average, and at 3 p.m. you are trading in the bottom half of the intraday range. Again, I have no idea if that'll be true at 3 p.m. So looking at this, historically, we have about 30 samples, just under 30 samples in the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, all of them very similar sample sizes here, just under 30 each. And win rates on them all coming in under 40%. So we've got the S&P at 34%, the NASDAQ 39%, Dow 37%, and Russell 39%. So all four instruments have been pretty weak in this condition of being in the bottom half of the range at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on the FOMC announcement. Looking at average win, average loss, S&P, sizable average loss there compared to average win. That skew is still there on the NASDAQ. In fact, looks a little bit more pronounced. Average loss much larger here in the Dow, and average loss much larger in the Russell. So not only has this had a weak win rate, the losses have been larger than the wins. Let's take a look at the results distribution here in the S&P. And you can see how the results have turned out historically. This graph shows the amount on the vertical axis of trade counts for each of the results. On the horizontal axis, you've got the varying degrees of losses and gains. So anything that is red is taking place as a loss, and the further to the left, the more extreme the loss. Anything in green is a win. Anything to the extreme right would be the larger wins. The ones that are closer to this black line are smaller wins. This is a zero line, so these are very small wins and losses right next to that. And you can easily see here there's no outsized winning trades here. We do have a handful of larger losing trades in this scenario. So again, no idea if we're going to end up in the bottom half of the range, but if we have, this bias has been pretty weak historically going into the close. Hopefully you found that helpful. Good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow.